All right, so we're done with the show. We just got back. It's a long drive, but Tampa Bay Screams, what do you think? Was that a good first time?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good for their second year. I hope that they expand more and have more vendors and people and actors and directors next time, but they had quite a few. I was pleasantly surprised and impressed. Everybody that we met and talked to was really nice. I got the opportunity to talk to quite a few people in the horror movie business, and actually they all said that they would be willing to do interviews with us to I don't know, just help us out.
Yeah.
And also promote their work and upcoming work and their old work and things, of course, obviously.
Yeah, we met quite a few personalities that were there. Everybody was very nice. It seemed like they expanded compared to last year to this year, and they did fill up the room. There was a lot of table. Almost every corner was full of some sort of vendor, whether it was an actor of some sort or a director or anybody selling their wares. Completely full.
There were authors there that were selling their horror-themed books and their suspense, and there was one that was doing suspense and thrillers. Oh yeah, it was nice. We even had a wrestler in the batch.
Yes.
Very nice woman. Very sweet.
Should I name her?
Go for it.
All right, April Hunter. So really cool. I know Carl's been looking to get in touch with her and try to do some interviews, so who knows. But then we ran into, as we're going around, we talked to several of actually we talked to every single one of the promoted people that they had on the flyer. And that was really cool. Again, they were very nice.
Yeah.
But we went into one table that was kind of unexpected. And they were all there. Well, most of the people were there. And you bought this.
The director of the movie noticed my shirt, which I'm actually wearing a trick-or-treat shirt. And he said, "Oh, so you like anthology movies?" And I said, "Yeah, as long, for the most part, I do, yeah." And he said, "Well, I have the movie for you. Brand new movie that they just released, which is really nice."
Backside.
Yeah. It was really cool because as I was talking to him about it and he was explaining to me what the movie was about and things, he explained to me that most of the cast, the actors and things, were with him, and I got to meet them as well. They were a bunch of great people, very happy, very welcoming, and as a nice little surprise for me buying the DVD, I got a signed movie poster.
So pretty cool.
Yeah. All the actors that were there signed it. And I believe the director signed it as well. So that was really nice. That was no charge extra. They did it with, I guess they were doing it with every DVD that people were buying. They were signing and giving them the posters for free, which was really cool. And I got a pin, which was also really nice and unexpected. And that's another group that said that they would love to do an interview with us if we want them on. So we're going to try and set that up. So hopefully we'll have a bunch of new interviews coming up with some scream queens from the past, from the 80s, as well as some newer ones that are just breaking out. I got one. She didn't have an email or anything, a way to get a hold of her, so she actually gave me her cell phone number because she's actually local to us. So she said, "Yeah, just give me a call, send me a text, and we'll link up. We'll set everything up together." So I thought that was really, really cool. For the most part, everybody was really happy and excited and very forthcoming. So keep your fingers crossed that I'll be able to get at least 6 new interviews out of this. So hopefully we'll be able to not just do directors and producers. I'll get a few actresses in the mix too. So that'll be nice.
Yep. We also talked to, like you said, some of the book people. There was a guy there, I forgot his name right off the top of my head. I knew it too.
We do have his information, though.
Yeah, we do have his information. He actually subscribed while I was talking to him to my channel.
We're terrible with names.
So, I remember faces.
Yeah, we're great with faces. We will recognize you if we've only even seen you one time.
Ironically,
names are a bit harder for us.
We'll get to that part, but ironically, there was a thing there.
Yeah.
But the first, the guy that I was talking to, he was making latex masks. He has a comic that he was working on. He's trying to make this one comic / mask that he made between, that brand, that IP that he's developing into a movie. So it was really cool. He's out of Miami. And, but speaking of faces and names, we ran into somebody that we knew that back in the wrestling scene. He's been doing commentating here and there. He's done other things and other artwork between himself and his wife. And I looked at my wife and I was like, babe, isn't that so-and-so right there? Does that look like him? Or because he had his mannerisms, and I was like, I haven't seen him in probably 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. And didn't know he was going to be there. And she's looking around. He's like, what? So finally, she's like, are you so-and-so? And he's like, yes, I am. Like, how do you know?
So, of course, I reminded him how he knew us, and as soon as I said that, he was like, oh my gosh, now I remember, how are you guys? It's funny.
And from where I'm standing, there's a poster board with all these, B-rated movies that they had, and all of a sudden I see a face out the side. It was his wife, and I was like, oh, hey. She as soon as she saw me, she was like, oh, wow, okay. I remember you guys for sure now, because of, like I said, who we knew and... Yeah. Mutual friend, but it was really cool. That you never know who you're going to run into, and that's the beauty of not only being nice because we should be nice, but you never know who you're going to run into later on down the future.
Yeah.
So you don't want that bad PR. And again, everybody was accommodating, nice, talking about their products, just anything.
Oh, actually, as a matter of fact. There's a woman that I'm actually going to make a small video, a short for, with her information on it. She makes a lot of Halloween home decor, like for Halloween stuff.
Gothic, sort of.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the stuff that I actually make for our haunted houses and things. And as I was talking to her and explaining to her, I appreciate all the work you've done. It looks amazing. I understand how hard it is. So we got to talking, and she actually said that if I reach out to her, that she would be more than happy to donate some things for our haunted houses and things, which was really nice of her to do. She said, I appreciate what you guys are doing because it is charity work that we do for the haunted house. She said, I would be more than happy. So I'm definitely going to let you guys know who she is so you can check out her things, because she is a fantastically nice woman. And I'm trying to think what else. There was so much that went on. Talked to so many people. I talked to authors who were interested in also doing interviews with us to discuss their books and things, and it was just an all-around nice experience. It really was.
Yeah.
And hopefully they get a chance to expand, because this was only their second year. So I'm sure as the years go on, they'll expand more and more. But it's just nice that it was still somewhat small, so you could get a chance to talk to the stars without having to wait in massively long lines and paying $50 just to go over and say hi.
Just the MegaCon lines.
Yeah,
that stuff. And these are, again, normal people that happen to be in movies, that happen to be famous.
And they're so happy that their fans are there to even see them. They're just grateful and they're just so personable when you're talking to them. It was very nice.
Yeah, I never expected to see half of them because, again, I typically do not look at the list to see who's there. I'm looking at other things because of what we're doing, and to see these people, it was like, holy cow! I didn't expect to see this person. Granted, some of them were already on the billboard, saying, hey, this person, and never put two and two together. I looked at them like, okay, I see the names. And just moved on. I'm more concerned about the whole event and everything, and trying to figure out what we're going to do, how we're going to do what. and then figure out who, when we get there and talking to them to proceed from there. But you were like all over the place. They were picking up on you, not picking on picking up, but you know what I mean, talking, the conversations.
They were all really great. I mean, I even explained to them, I'm not that big. We're just, we're kind of getting started with the whole interview thing as far as interviewing the horror community and things. And they were like, oh my God, we'd love to do it. Absolutely. And the one person that actually said she wouldn't do it because she wasn't interested in doing like the whole Q&A thing, which is completely understandable. I even told her, I said, I can understand. I don't blame you. No hard feelings. I get it. And she said, but while I may not be the one to do it, my friend here is brand new to the industry. She's done a couple of movies, and I'm sure she'd be grateful to do an interview. And the girl looked at me and she said, oh, you want to do interviews? Let me know when. And that's the one that actually gave me her cell phone number to get a hold of her. It was really sweet. Like I said, real personable people. It was nice because it was a lot different from going to a big con. It was a lot more personable. You had more time to discuss things with them.
Ironically, that's the same one that I ended up talking to and showing the InstaFlow, which is what we're using right now.
Yes.
The Insta 360 1-inch edition. I was showing her the cool stuff that I was doing with that. She's the one that actually started talking to me because I wasn't expecting like them to talk to us unless we are like approaching their table and looking, the typical like super professional, here we are, I'm too good for you type of mentality that you usually get from some of the bigger conventions. You got to stand back, so-and-so's here.
Yeah, and like I said, you've got to pay to even go over and talk to them. And if you go to ask some of not all of them, but a lot of them, when you go over and say, hey, listen, if you're interested in doing an interview at your leisure, when you're ready, a lot of times it's like, I'm really busy. I can't do it. I've got no time. Yeah. So it's real nice that when you have someone who has stardom that's like, oh my God, absolutely. Those are always my favorite interviews because those people are usually just the best, honestly.
Well, it shows that they're more than human. They're very grateful. Appreciative, grateful, and that's those are the ones that you like to support are people that appreciate the fans. The ones that forget why they're there. It's not about making the money; it's about everything.
Well, I'm sure some of you had saw my tweet a week or so ago calling out a not very nice professional cosplayer because as far as I'm concerned, when you pick a particular job, you're there for attention. People are going to want questions. They're going to want pictures. And if you put that costume on and go to those events, I feel like you should be happy. As someone who does theater and has been the person who everyone wants to take the pictures with, you can be in a bad mood all you want. And I understand that. But when a customer or a fan comes up to you and says, hey, can I have a few minutes of your time? I'd really like a couple of pictures with you. You look amazing. I don't care if someone that you really care about just passed away. You fake a smile, put it on your face, and you say, I'd absolutely love to take a picture with you because that's part of your job.
Well, the funny things for me is something like that happens, which used to happen when I was acting. I didn't have to fake it. It just like I forgot about everything, and it was all about that fan.
Well, yeah.
So when that person came up and said, "Hey, we lost.
I got it.
We lost video. Oh my God.
I got it.
No, I got it.
But when we, can I take a picture? And just want to talk with us. All right, cool. I completely forgot what my other issues were. It was all about that fan and hanging out with them at that point in time, making sure, I didn't even think about, I'm going to make sure that you have the most best experience because I'm here with you. No, none of that stuff. It was just, boom, interaction right there, nice person, and go from there. Pictures, talk. I got a couple autographs that I had to sign a couple times, but other than that, I didn't really do much other than taking pictures with the crew or just with the fans. And like I said, it's very, very few. So it wasn't like celebrity thing, but it was, some of them were regulars that loved to see us as a group that were acting, and they wanted to make sure they had their playbills and had all of us, part of their memory, I guess, collection.
Yeah. Like I said, it's more or less that the ones that are the best, in my opinion, are the ones that are humble and appreciate the job they have and appreciate the fans that they have and can put anything aside to have nice interactions with the fans. I mean, everybody that was there today, we had our tiny giant with us, and everybody, no matter what they were doing, as soon as we'd walk over to the table, they'd stop what they were doing, look over at her, and, oh, aren't you so sweet? Love your shirt, honey. You're amazing. And just, you know, it was nice because they didn't have to take a second to even acknowledge her because they weren't, she was just standing off to the side while mom and dad were talking. So it was nice that they involved her in the situation as well.
How about when we first walked in, the security guard said, "Be prepared to get a lot of, that's a nice beard." That was the only comment of, "That's a nice beard" I got, by the way. That was it. What I really got was, "That's a nice shirt." They're like, "I love that shirt." So Jay, the graphic god, thank you for making this. I requested this from him, and it got the most compliments for me. You know, I'm sure you got other compliments because of your shirt.
I just got told I'm amazing.
And your makeup and all this and that.
I was gorgeous.
But yeah, it was kind of funny because it was like I was like, oh, if they're all going about the beard now. And there was a couple people that I saw that are doing this with their beards and, you know, and looking at me, and I'm like, okay.
I think my favorite compliment for the day was I actually was told on probably 4 or 5 occasions that our daughter and I, they said,
like sisters.
"Oh, is that your sister? That's so sweet. You're hanging out with your little sister." And I just laughed and said, "Oh, bless your heart. Aren't you the sweetest? You just made my week." She's my daughter, though. I even had a few go, "You don't look old enough to have kids." And I'm like, oh, that makes me feel so much better. Loving that. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. I know I dress like a kid still, so we'll look.
So on that note, yeah. I'm going to say for next year, if you know, seeing that today was the last day, next year, if you have a chance to go, look for it, go. It's definitely a good opportunity. The entry fee, because we went on the very last day, we couldn't get the ticket prices online, so we had to pay at the door. So the prices at that time were a little bit higher. So definitely prepay for these tickets. It'll lower the cost down. It'll make it more.
It's not that it's unaffordable,
no.
But it'll make it just a little more affordable
it just doesn't
if you
hurt.
buy it. Yeah,
it doesn't hurt the pocket.
Listen, even saving $5 in today's economy is better than spending the extra $5. Right. Is what he's trying to say.
Right. Save your money.
Yeah.
But spend your money at the right places.
But it's definitely worth going next year. I think we'll go again next year.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going again.
I think it's something that I'm interested in watching continue to grow.
And compared to last year, it was a smaller room. We said that before, and this year was a bigger room. This year, tables were filled all the way around and inside. And
we almost forgot the most important part. They actually did an indie horror movie fest.
Yes.
Friday, they had, I can't remember exactly how many, but I believe there were over 6 movies that they did yesterday for the indie horror fest. And after each movie, the director, I guess, was either watching the movie with them or waiting for the movie to end, and then came in and had a small discussion with the people after the movie, and it was completely free. And then today they did the same thing, but it was like 4 movies today. And again, the directors came in and did a little panel afterwards, and it was, again, completely free, which was really cool because it was a bunch of movies, again, indie movies, and they were all new movies. I'm interested in watching them. We didn't get the opportunity to see them, unfortunately.
It was our first time, so we didn't really plan for it.
Yeah.
And now we will plan for it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Try to look online and try to figure out which ones we want to try to check out, and then time it so we can see those and still experience the rest of the tables. I think next year they're going to have to if they meet and exceed, they're going to have to expand maybe to another room or more.
Yeah. But all in all, great experience, good time. I highly recommend going to Tampa Bay Screamfest next year.
Is it Tampa Bay Screams?
Oh, Tampa Bay Screams. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. Tampa Bay Screams. But I recommend going next year for sure because it was a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see what they continue doing with it, to be honest.
Yep. So, you want to do your I'm so-and-so?
Okay. And that's the end of our little video for now. And I am Death Dealer.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. And I'm DREADPOOL.
And we'll see you guys around, I'm sure.
All right, thank you. If you like this, please share this out. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Send it to your friends.
Yeah. Just force them to watch this.
If nothing else, you can be like, hey, there's this kind of cute girl in the video. She's pretty fun to hear and listen talk to. So.
And she's next to a really cool beard.
Give or take. But have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Real quick, I almost forgot to say that if you look over here, I'll have all the links to the 360 videos, the walkthroughs, like I said, around here somewhere.